Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us again back here on our YouTube channel for the final YouTube lesson of the day. And we are, as always, ending our Tuesday thinking about spellings. So whether you were in class on last Tuesday, or whether you were at home learning on YouTube last Tuesday, you'll have been set the plural noun spelling words. So those are the ones that we're going to test first of all today. And then we're going to set and learn some new spellings or a new spelling pattern. So hopefully you're ready then. We're going to be doing today's test and testing those words that were set last Tuesday. There are 11 on the main list. There are 16 if you're doing the challenge words as well. Okay, so are you ready to write these words down? Spelling number 1. The word is babies. There were 2 babies burping loudly in the corner. Spelling 2. The word is boxes. The school has boxes of stationery in the cupboard. Spelling 3. The word is buses. 2 buses pulled up outside the hospital. Spelling 4, the word is churches. There are lots of churches in and around Chichester. Spelling 5 is families. We've got lots of lovely families in the Jessie Young Husband community. Spelling 6 is glasses. Lots of people like Mr. Vass wear glasses to help them see. Spelling 7 is ladies. Ladies got in cheaper to the Great Exhibition in Victorian Britain. Wouldn't be allowed now. Spelling 8 is photos. I've been sent lots of lovely photos of your home learning. Spelling 9 is stories. I always enjoy reading lots of nice stories with you in class. Spelling 10 is taxes. Taxes are helping to pay for the vaccine rollout, so thumbs up. Spelling 11 is washes. My wife kindly washes up if I've cooked. And we're on to the challenge words now then. So these are ones that were optional. So it might be that you pause here and actually skip ahead in the video, or if you're carrying on, great job. So spelling 12, challenge words now. Number 12 is businesses. Lots of businesses have sadly been affected by the COVID closures. Spelling 13, the word is countries. Lots of countries are working together to help end the pandemic. Spelling 13 is potatoes. What a tasty thing potatoes are. Spelling 15 is tomatoes. I love tomatoes on my pizza. And finally, spelling 16 is volcanoes. I hope there are no volcanoes erupting anytime soon. It's the last thing we need, isn't it? Okay, so let's have a look at the answers for those ones then. You can mark your own. As always, don't get too down if you didn't get as many as you wanted to. Have a look at those words you didn't get right. Try to notice what it was about them that maybe didn't go so well. So it might be, for example, maybe you got all the ES words right, but the IES words you didn't. So that would be a useful thing that you could learn and improve on. If you did get lots right and you're feeling proud of yourself, great job, well done. Okay, let's move ahead then. So these are this week's spellings. These are the ones that we're going to be learning over the next week. It's worth saying, I think in school we do lots of sort of practice through the week. So it might be that when children come in the morning, they spend 10 or 15 minutes doing them. It might be that we try and sort of drop them into our literacy work where we can. So hopefully try to use that same sort of principle at home. If you can sort of return to these little and often throughout the week, that'd be a really useful thing to do. If you've just got a little sort of 5 or 10 minutes, maybe a quick bit of handwriting practice with these words, that'd be another nice thing you could do. Anytime you can just sort of dip into these throughout the week is going to be really handy. But let's first of all, though, while I read them out, see if you can spot what these words have in common, or what the spelling pattern you think we might have is. Knife, knives, leaf, leaves, life, lives, scarf, scarves, wolf, wolves, child, children, half, halves, teeth, tooth, woman, and women. Now, I suppose there's a bit of a clue. I think I've alphabetized these for what it's worth, but you might have been a bit confused if you hadn't realized they were alphabetized, why these were this way round, and that might give you a bit of a clue. Okay, hopefully you've noticed then, these are all nouns. That means they're the names of people, places, objects, or things. And we've got, as well as the singular form of a noun, we've then also got the plural form of it as well. And plural means when we've got more than one of it. And the reason I've highlighted teeth and tooth there is because although this list is alphabetized, it's not teeth, which is the singular noun, it's tooth, isn't it? And teeth is when we've got more than one of them. So that's the one that looks like it's kind of the wrong way around there. Now, you might also have noticed on most of these, although not all of them, we've got a similar ending. These nouns, or most of them, I'm going to come back to teeth, tooth, child, children, woman, and women later. But with these ones, these were nouns that ended in an F or an FE. And when a noun has an F or an FE ending, what happens to it when it becomes a plural? Have a look at those words in blue. What's happened to the F or the FE when it's become a plural noun? Well, when a noun ends in an F or an FE, we change the suffix, that's the end few letters, to VES when it turns into a plural. So knife become knives, leaf become leaves, and so on and so on. Now, there are some other ones on here that I've got, and I wonder what you might have noticed about these ones. We've got children, teeth, and women. Now, those are plural nouns. Children is the plural noun version of child, and teeth is the plural version of tooth, and women is the plural version of woman. But they haven't got the sort of ending we're talking about here. Well, these plural nouns are what we call irregular ones, which means there isn't a spelling pattern to cover them, unfortunately. It's just words we need to know. So when we're talking about more than one child, it's children. When we're talking about more than one tooth, it's teeth. When we're talking about more than one woman, it's women. So these ones, they're irregular plural nouns, but I've chucked those on there just as a bit of a sort of extra. And really, even though they're in the kind of challenge list, really it's just for us all to have a bit of a think about and to remember. There isn't a spelling pattern for these ones. It's just, unfortunately, an irregular word that we need to know how to spell. Okay. Yeah, that's what we just talked about. So as previously then, I've put up a few different ways that you could practice your spellings. The first two I've actually kept on from last week, because these were very popular ones in class. People like doing hangman and they like playing passwords, so they could be ways you could practice your spelling. I've got a couple of extra ones for you today, though, that you might like doing as well. You could, either with a kind of ready-made Scrabble set, or even with one you kind of make out of paper, you could make some Scrabble tiles to spell out your spelling words. You could make some spelling flashcards, which means you could make little cards with this week's spelling words on, and you could use those to help you practice. You could even do a kind of little spelling bee at home. That might be a fun way of doing it. It's completely up to you though. I've put 4 ways that you could practice your spellings here, There were 4 in previous videos. I'll keep putting up a few different strategies and a few different ways you could practice your spelling, so hopefully kind of make it as fun as possible. It's up to you though which method you use. But I'll just leave the spelling list there for you, just so you can pause the video there and practice these spellings in any way you wish. Okay, thank you everybody. It's been nice to record these video lessons for you today. I hope you're well. I hope you're keeping well. I know it's a really tough time at the moment, and I know the news that maybe we may not be back as early as we thought we might in school. I know that'll be a bit of a setback for a lot of you, but I just want to say I'm really proud of each and every one of you. And that goes for mum and dad as well, because this is a real tough time. And the fact you're here doing the videos, keeping up with them, doing the best you can, honestly, it's a big achievement. And don't be too hard on yourselves, because it's a real tough time. And I think you're doing a great job. So thanks everyone. Have a good rest of the day, and I hope to see you very soon, both on video and in person.